Well, hi there. Yes, you read the title. Yes, I'm sorry. We're talking about this again. If you want to leave, there's the door. No one's going to hate you for it. Because, yes, we're going to have to make this discussion yet again for the third time. And I do mean for the third time in a row. Here we go. So, a lot of people are bitching and moaning about the female custody thing again. And also how they can't be canon. Yes, they can be canon. And, yes, they are available. There's also people talking about how there are some places that are boycotting, Warhammer and GW. And honestly, there's a part in here where I'm going to just explain what I would like to see GW do in order to basically continue or make Warhammer better. So, with that being said, we should probably start with the meat and potatoes, which is the whole female custody thing. And, oh boy.
Well, female custodes can't be real because it doesn't work with the lore, since the Emperor said that they are the men that will defend me.
Yes, Little Ripper, that is true. However, this is not what we're talking about.
Huh?
What we're talking about is the fact that female custodies can actually exist in the canon due to the fact that if the Emperor's on the throne, resources are low, and just as in the books, there is a actual hive fleet literally 2 galaxies away coming in hot to the point where the Empire has to burn planets in order to make a blockade. Yeah, there's a problem. You might be asking, well, what does this have to do with female custodies? It kind of has everything to do with it. If you haven't been, paying attention, one of the newer videos that GW came out with basically was a female custody showing up on a planet telling a bunch of White Templars that they were needing to burn planets in order to protect Terra. Well, yeah, that's a thing. And a lot of people were angry at it due to the fact that, well, female custodies can't exist. Female custodies shouldn't exist. No, female custodies should exist because, again, with the resources on Terra being low and the Emperor basically in a wheelchair, the Imperium has to make budget cuts somewhere. And they need custodies since a lot of them died during the heresy. So, what are they to do? Oh, well, hey, we need people. Okay, what do you need? We need children, at least a couple months old to a couple of years old. Well, we got about some men, we got some boys, and we got some girls. Which ones you want? We'll take all of them. That's pretty much how it is. You have to understand that the way that a custodian is made and the way that an Astartes is made is completely different. An Astartes, for people that know the lore, over the course of 5 to 10 years, they're given multiple surgeries, they're given training, and they're also given a gene seed, which once they're given that gene seed, it takes upwards of 1 to 2 years for their mutations to be affected. However, this is where a lot of people mess up and think that it's the same with custodes. It's not. The gene seed mutates in 1 to 2 days. However, the custodes are gene therapy by infant days. When they are given to the High Council to become custodes, they are literally no older than 2 years old. Where Astartes take kids that are 11 to 13, the oldest being 15. And when it comes to Astartes, it's a 1 in 20 chance that a kid could survive. That's even insane. But the problem is, it's even worse for others, because there are some chapters and some legions that percentage even goes lower of survival rates. Example, Carcharodons who don't really take kids, they take adults, and basically, well, long story short, they basically meat grinder men and women into, becoming them. If you ever watched the one thing called Space King, it's kind of that. They're basically taking more or less large majority of men and just making them go, you're up, you're up, you're up, and just basically making them go in and hope for the best. But when it comes to custodians, they're not the same. Custodians are made with handcrafted perfection. I make this term all the time. Guardsmen are Toyota Camrys. Space Marines are Ferraris. Custodes are Bugattis. These guys are the top of the line, handcrafted type shit. So why would a female custody not be a real thing?
Well, it's because it's wokeness. It's because female, can't be a custodian.
Shut the fuck up. Because that's not true. Female custodies could exist. I'm not saying that it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm saying it could exist. But there's so many people having such a hard-on for hatred against it. I'm going to tell you right now, you're literally doing what a lot of people hate. You're taking away an idea that it could make better. Case in point, why is it that we actually finally, as custody fans, finally get some attention and people think it's bad? In all honesty, I could care less. Female custody, hey, it's lore accurate. It could exist. It shouldn't be a problem due to the fact that the Emperor can't really handpick people anymore. And it's down to the High Lords of Terra basically taking whoever they can due to the fact resources are low. It makes sense. So why does everybody have a hard-on to go against this? Well, for one, it's change. For two, they're worried that female Astartes will be next, which, again, GW has stated in multiple posts they are never doing that. To the point where, I'm not joking, they threatened to leave because of that specific reason when it came down to the Amazon TV show that they are making with Henry Cavill. And do you want to know my next thing that I have a question for? Everybody's saying that Henry Cavill doesn't like female custody. Can anybody give me a tweet, a video, or a voice, an actual video of him saying he doesn't like female space? He doesn't like female custodies. Can anybody? All I can see is like journalists saying that he doesn't. All I see is people saying he doesn't. All I see is forum pages saying he doesn't. Does anybody have any proof of him saying he doesn't?
Well, he hasn't talked about it, so it must mean he doesn't hate it.
Again, no. If you don't openly say it, don't presume or assume, because that makes an ass out of you and me. Unless somebody can give me proof that he openly does not like it, I can't say he doesn't like it. And I could be wrong. In this video, literally, I'll edit this video and put up a thing right there saying if he said he doesn't like it, which I don't know if he does or doesn't, so I can't speak for him. But when it comes to female custodies, this was a good thing. It actually gave us a little bit of thing. But hey, that's my opinion on that. But this also comes into the whole boycotting Warhammer models things, which, God almighty, my head hurts from this. So, for those that are wondering what that is about, well, in quick succession, multiple game shops that are kind of famous have stated that they are not going to continue with the models of Warhammer. You might be asking, well, why? Well, they'll say, well, it's because they give us bad customer service. Or it's because we just get sick and tired of it. No, I can tell you why. It's probably because the UK just increased their, business tax. They also included tariffs. Canada just made it a 5% increase on the whole import goods, which includes Warhammer minis. And America, on multiple states which I can pretty much guarantee not many people think about this, have also increased their taxation on imports. So why the fuck are people angry at GW? Well, they had to increase their prices. 'Cause they're a business out of UK! They have to increase their business or else they lose money. Well, the CEO basically gave them a raise twice in a row. That's the CEO. That's not Games Workshop. I hate it when people say, well, the CEO is Games Workshop. No, he's not. It's an overblown person that that doesn't even run the company. The company is run by the council, and I say that without due respect. It is a council, basically, of the fucking shareholders. So, if the shareholders don't make their money, they have to find it somewhere. So what do? They increase the prices to you know, offset the tariffs and also the income and sales tax that they have to pay. It's just business. Stop making it seem bad. It's bullshit. And when somebody tells me, like, oh, well, that one Canadian game shop said that they're not going to sell minis anymore. Okay, cool. Did they say they were still going to sell the paints? Yeah, so they're not boycotting GW. Since Citadel Paints, the same people that they said they were still going to sell the Citadel Paints, is run by GW. So let me get this straight. You're boycotting them by not selling one of their items. Really? Really? What undercut bullshit is this?
But GW said that we were going to increase prices.
It doesn't matter. They're a business. I get it. Y'all are getting too narrow-minded on this shit. You need to open your fucking eyes and look at the big picture. If sales increase, that means taxes increase. If taxes increase, sales need to go up. If sales have to go up, they have to make more money in order for sales to make on the upswing. There you go. If they want to make money so you can get your shit, they have to increase the prices of the same shit that you want to buy. It makes perfect sense. But y'all want to say, no, it doesn't. So I'm at a loss with that. But here's the thing. What I would like to see GW do is to come back and say, look, female custodies are a thing. The reason it's a thing is because Terra's kind of low on resources. They have no emperor, so basically they didn't get told they couldn't make female custodies. So what did the High Lords of Terra do? Well, after they said, we can't find any male babies, we got a bunch of female babies, though. We'll take those. They're half-priced. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's not hard logic to figure this out. Custodes can be female. Why? Because they're completely different from Astartes. Astartes have to be the same gender as their Primarch. They've tried doing females in the past. It doesn't work out well. And the percentage chance is so goddamn low, it's not sensible. Female Custodes makes sense because it is, percentage-wise, acceptable. So why the fuck are we arguing about this? It makes no absolute sense. To the point where it makes absolute no sense. Look, the reason I say that it's zero is because the Emperor, after trying, found out it was absolute zero. And instead of being like Zeech throwing Lords of Change into a fucking black hole and seeing what happens, said, I don't want to lose any more resources than I can. And for those about to say, well, the Emperor's not that big of an asshole. Really? The same guy who told his son that he better not ever pray to him again by killing over 120,000 people that were just praying to him? Or how about the time where he literally didn't save Angron from the butcher's nails and told his best man that the reason that he did what he did was due to the fact that he wanted a mad dog so that way he could have an attack dog as well? Or the fact that he made Mortarion look like a bitch after he literally said, since you can't do this, I will, and made Mortarion feel like he was worse than nothing? The same guy who told Sanguinius that he wouldn't harm his planet, but the moment Sanguinius turned his back, made his planet into his own? The same guy who told that his entire 18 sons that Horus was his favorite. So, here's a question. You want to fucking say that shit to me anyways? Oh, and called Gilliman a tool? You want to really bring this shit up? It blows my mind on the stupidity of some people that just say that they are part of the Warhammer community and don't want to do research. Here's a good tip for you. If you ever meet a guy who says that he's a Custodes player, I want you to say this to them. And they say that they don't like female Custodes. I want you to say this. Name me a named custody that isn't the High Commander, the High General, or Kitten. And I got $50 saying they will sit there with their thumb up their ass, not knowing what to say. I don't fucking care, because this, at the end of the day, is my opinion. Rule of cool always applies. And in my opinion, this is cool, and I am not going to hate on it. It's cool. It's awesome. It's a nice little deviancy. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like and a subscribe. If you don't like it and you're thinking about just watching till the end and just saying fuck you, cool, there's the door. Kick rocks. With that being said, thank you, and always remember, for the Emperor!